This week we are all talking about, let's say, other than UK and the Brexit problem, we want to talk about Middle East, the developments in the Middle East. And while we are going to, or we are already talking about the Egypt, and also we are going to talk about next time for the Iraq, we want to talk about a very important country in the Middle East, Israel. The election already happened, and there's a new result. And according to the new result, Netanyahu's party has 55 seats, whereas the Gantz, the Blue and the Whites, have 54 seats. The Lieberman's party has 8 seats, and the rest is distributed to the Arab list, common list, and also the right-wing parties. Now, according to Knesset, which is the Israel parliament, you have to have 61 seats to form a government, either a single party government or a coalition party governments. For that purposes, now looking at the composition in the parliament, the parties have to have attract one or other two parties in order to form this coalition government. So what might be the scenario, what does it mean for us, and what are the real problems ahead of Netanyahu? So let's start. What are the obstacles in front of Netanyahu, and what will happen in Israel? Now, according to the results, Netanyahu has 55 seats, but it's not enough to form a government. So he has to go for a party to form a coalition, and most likely it seems it might be Lieberman's party, because he has 8 votes. It's more than enough for him to make the government. But the problem is, they were together once and they don't really agree each other because of the personalities. They are two, I will say, really strict-minded people. They don't really being dictated things. And that's why we do not really believe that if any coalition will happen, it will happen easily. And I believe at this moment all the parties want something happening, a government at least, because they try to avoid a third election, because it's going to be really embarrassing. It's not going to change that much the public's opinion. So, what is the problem, real problem Netanyahu has? One of the problems he has is his trials. He wants to avoid trials by passing a law in the Knesset or Israel parliament that he, as long as he's in the parliament and or as a prime minister, he should be exempted from any trials. But he has a problem in the White and Blues party as much as the Liberals party. They want him to be in the trial. Either in this way or that way, they don't like him to be free. So that's why it is a problem during the negotiation of the coalition meetings. The other problem is the ultra-Orthodox. They want or they demand the territorial expansion, but the territorial expansion approach is a really scary approach to some people, because they have seen that it's not really solving the problems between the Palestinian and Israel. It's just increasing. And moreover also, they have special privilege, these people, including their exemption from the army, draft, and their care-outs for education. But really, I mean, how they will form a coalition once Netanyahu enjoys their support, but the rest they don't like or they don't fancy about them really too much. So that's still a problem within the negotiation, I will say, discussions, meetings. So I already talked about the personalities and the personality conflicts, especially between Lieberman and also Netanyahu. Gantz also have a much more flexible, I would say, approach because of his views, but he has a strong character. So once we are now seeing all these things, and they will try to avoid a third elections, there's a possibility that they can, but the name of the game is, I would say, compromise. They have to compromise a lot from each other. If Netanyahu will be out of the government, and somehow Gantz and Lieberman might be able to form, I will say, a government, I will say that it might be end for the political life of Netanyahu, because they will try to put him under a trial, which will end not on his favor. If he is going to be in the government, he will try to do best in order to avoid any trial while he is a prime minister. So ethically, it's going to disturb the Israel parliament's, I would say, reliability, which is not also good. If Netanyahu or his coalition government will be in Israel, it means that the territorial expansion approach will continue, which is only going to intensify the problems between the Palestinians and Israel, where he is going to enjoy also the support of US administration on that regard. But for sure, the problems will only increase. We will see most likely a close relation between the Saudis and Israel in then later time, because Netanyahu has established already a link with the Saudis. But this is going to also create really great problems within the Muslim, especially communities, not only in Saudi but globally, because of the Israel's approach on Palestinians. So really, there are a lot of problems in this Netanyahu government, possible governments in future, which might likely happening. But even Gantz happen, these problems will still be on the table to solve. So really, from today to tomorrow, we don't see a lot of changes. But with Gantz government, there is a possibility that these problems will a little bit get calmer, because we believe that the expansion approach will be quitted by this government. At least they will try to talk and try to solve the problem on the table with the Palestinians. So we assume that there might be a new approach to Palestinians on the two different states or something like that in future. So we will closely monitor all these developments for you, and we will report you accordingly. If you like this video, please, there's a like button underneath the screen, please press on it. And if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you will receive the notifications once we publish a new video on our channel. Thank you for watching the video, and see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.